Hey folks, I've come to give you an update and a short video. Well, depends how much I edit it, if it's going to be short or not. But I just dug some potatoes. Not bad, not bad. That's a Pontiac red. This is a russet. First time I've grown russet. And this is a Kennebec. Pretty good size, pretty good size. Now, I learned something. I've been doing this method. I basically invented this method. And this is the first time I have planted russets ever. So we will see, if you want to follow along, how russets do with the Kennebec potato planting method in the sawdust and the Pontiac red. See how they compare as far as size and yield per plant. Alright, so this is a sneak peek. This might be lying to you. You'll have to watch and find out, right? Alright, enjoy. Okay folks, I hope you can see this. I'm going to dig this plant right here and this plant over here. I'm hoping you're going to be able to see this, but we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. So what I'm going to do is just pull this plant up. And there's 1, 2. Look at that monster, huh? Little funny looking thing. We're still in the sawdust, folks. Still on one plant. Now we're down into the dirt. I found the seed. That's all rotted. Nice potato. Nice potato. Another one. That one is rotted. That one is rotten. See that? That one's rotten. Yeah, there's the other plant. Potato. Alright. So out of that one plant, of course they're covered in dirt a little bit. There's one big one, size of my fist. Another one. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. There's 6. Look at that monster. There's 7. There's 8. 9. Medium potatoes. Well, I'd call that a medium potato. It's about the size of my palm. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 large. And 1 extra large. And 1, I'm just going to call that a monster. So there's 9 potatoes out of this one plant. Now I'm going to see if you're going to be able to see over here. It looks like you are. So here is the other plant. I'm not going to dig right here because this is another plant. So I'm just going to dig right here. There's 1. 2, 3, that's a small one. 4, 5, I don't know if you can see that. 6, There's a big one over here, but I'm not sure if it is this plant or not, and I think it is. So I've got one small one, I'd say two medium ones, two large ones, and two extra large. So I'm just going to pull this one up just because it's exposed. And I'm not sure if that was with this plant or with the other one, but that's pretty good size. So this is the sawdust method. I have done, I think this is either the fourth or fifth video that I have recorded from how I started the soil to how I planted it. This is new ground. Planted it in sawdust with that starter cheater method. And they told me years ago that I would never ever be able to grow in sawdust, and I proved them wrong, folks, and I was determined to do so. But that right there is not a bad potato, folks. That's a Kennebec. So that's not the largest one I've got, but it's pretty good size. So I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to go over to another row where there were Pontiac reds. Now these here are going to be, I think these are the Pontiac reds, and these aren't going to be true only because I kept digging in different spots through the growing season. So I was pleased with what I got this summer, but I have no idea because I was digging into these and then covering it back up. So I really can't get a true count here, but we'll see what we've got. I'm pretty sure these are the Pontiac reds. I'd say they are. So let's see what we've got. Yeah, they're definitely the Pontiac reds. There's a small one. I might have taken the big ones out when I dug this summer and left the small ones to grow. I don't know. No. There's a Pontiac red, folks. That's huge. There's a nice one. There's another nice one. Nice potatoes. Even during that drought, because I planted in damp sawdust, right? Even though it was new ground, they stayed cool and they stayed moist. That's what potatoes like. They don't like it wet, but they like it moist. Now I'm going to try to not bury my potatoes. I'm going to try to move this sideways because there's a bunch of, looks like small red potatoes here. Again, I'm going to try not to bury my potatoes that I just dug. Looks like a bunch of small ones right here, folks. I call these nice boiling potatoes. So I'm getting all kinds of button red potatoes. There's a nice one. There's a nice one. A lot this size here on this plant, folks. Let's count them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. They keep going. I found the seed. That's pretty gross. 5, 6. Yeah, there's multiple. There's another seed, folks. That's pretty gross, pretty slimy. But a handful of, I'm going to call that a small to medium. let me count the small to medium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 2 large ones. So 7. 8. So 8 small potatoes in that plant, 2 large, and a bunch of, oh, if I can grab it, a bunch of small out of that one plant. Whoops, nope, I got another medium. So 9 medium. I think that's it. Some of you may be wondering why I don't use a spade and fork. I just like using my hands, folks. I just do. So, let's see what we got beside it. I'm going to move you a little bit. Looks like I have dug into this one as well this summer. Can you see that? I'm going to dig right there, yep. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to dig right here. A whole handful. Right on the top of button potatoes. We'll see if we got anything else. Let's see what we got. Yep. Pontiac red. Alright, folks, I apologize. Somebody just called me, somebody I don't know, so I'm sure it's a telemarketer, and I'm getting pretty fed up with them, folks. So if you're a telemarketer, I'm not impressed. But anyway, this is what I dug up here. One large one. There's a medium. There's a small. I'd call that a large. I'd call that a large. I'd call those button. Put them in the button pile. There's another large potato. Another small. That one is rotted. There's a bunch of small button ones. So as you can see, of course they're covered with wet sawdust, right? Because, you know, we just got a whole pile of rain. I just found the seed. Finding the seed, folks, is pretty gross. It is pretty gross because they're all rotten, right? Making sure there's none over here. Yeah, see, look, I almost missed these. There's 3 small ones right there. And almost missed that one. So, and I'll come through here before freeze, and I will take the spade and fork, and I will make sure, dig all this, make sure I haven't missed any. But while I'm right here, I'm going to keep going, folks. Then I will put these in the woodshed, and I'll let them cure, right? You need to let them cure in a cool place where it gets lots of air, doesn't get any sun. Look at the size of that one, folks, huh? I've got big hands, folks. Same plant. Pretty big. Pretty big, folks. So this method took me many years. Many years to figure it out, how I can grow in sawdust. Because you never tell me I can't do something, right? You just never tell me I can't do something, folks. I'll prove you wrong, or I'll die trying. Potatoes. Boy, this plant yielded pretty high, folks. A lot of nice potatoes in this plant here. Alright, what have we got for this plant here? This plant here gave me one, almost fell backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got to set these down, folks. I'm running out of hand room. Gonna have to trust me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 potatoes, folks. That one plant gave me 15 potatoes. Again, the sawdust method really, really works. I'm getting some pretty nice size potatoes. I'll have to clean them up, make sure that they are good and not scabby, but so far they look pretty darn good. There's another one. Look at that. The only problem with growing potatoes in sawdust, you've got to like potatoes, folks, because you're going to get a lot of them. And seriously, a potato this big, that's more potato than I can eat in one meal, folks, for sure. So you gotta have a lot of potato. Another one. There's 2 more. This one dug right in the ground. Ooh. Look at that, folks. Huh? Same plant. Same plant. That's why I got to come back with a spade and fork and really give this a work over so I don't leave any in the ground, right? That looks like that's it. Whoops. Small one. So out of that plant, look at that, folks. Huh? Monsters. They're about 4 inches across, folks. I got 2 that size. I got a large. There's another one down there, but there's 4 medium, 1 small, and a little bit bigger than button. So out of that plant, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of that plant. The previous plant was 15. Can you see over here? No, I'm going to turn you, folks.